Guys, the NFT craze continues to just blow my mind. I mean, we just saw the Beeple art collection sell for, $69 million. We've seen CryptoPunks recently sell for close to $8 million. And lots of other projects are just completely blowing up. And in this video, I want to talk about another project that I think has potential to get big too, all right, and why I think that. This is a project built on top of Ethereum, and I want to talk about this as a blockchain developer who works the Ethereum protocol on a daily basis, all right? And it's not all just about this particular project. It's thinking about why are NFTs valuable in the first place, and what are some frameworks that you can use to apply when you're looking at NFT projects to determine their value? Okay, so before we get into that, if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory, and on this channel, I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, then smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to learn how to become a blockchain master step-by-step from start to finish, then head on over to dappuniversity.com/bootcamp to get started today. All right. So last but not least, I hate these disclaimers, but this is not financial advice. I don't know what the future of these projects holds for sure. I'm not a financial advisor, and there's lots of scammers down in the comment section below impersonating me. So just don't even pay attention to them. I'll never give you my phone number or ask you to invest with me. So what's this project that I'm so excited about? Well, it's Mooncat Rescue. Okay. So also full disclosure, I did snag a few cats before I made this video. So I guess technically I am front running this opportunity before I put the video out there, but I'm not trying to make this as a pump and dump video where I just try to sell them to you, because you can't buy them from me, right? The whole point is you can actually get these cats for free right now. And by the time this video comes out, there's probably still going to be cats available for you to claim. But I want to talk about, why I jumped in this opportunity, why I think these have long-term value potential, and some of the, tools and frameworks that I use to help evaluate this type of thing. So first of all, let's just talk about, why I decided to jump on this. Before I tell you about every single reason why I think the project is valuable, it's one of those types of situations where it doesn't take me that much time and not that much money to just put a little small speculative bet on this type of thing, all right? So basically, these NFTs are essentially free right now. You just have to pay the gas fees to claim them. And, I needed something to make a YouTube video about today. And this is something really easy for me to just put a few $100s into, with the chance that it could be worth a lot more money than that amount today. So I'm not saying that every one of these NFTs is going to go to $1 million or anything like that. Not all CryptoPunks have gone to $1 million. Of course, we've seen some really expensive CryptoPunks like $7 million plus, but some of them are much cheaper than that. But the floor price is still really high, $30,000, $40,000 or something like that. So my thinking is even if they're the cheap ones and it only cost me a few $100s, that floor price would be much higher down the road. And even if it crashes to zero, then I just lost maybe 30 minutes of my time and a few $100. All right, so let's look at this project. What is it? So it's called Mooncat Rescue. All right, so mooncatrescue.com. And how do you use it? Well, again, you basically get these cats here on the blockchain. So how do you do it? You go to find cats, okay? And you click rescue manually, all right? And you can change the cores on your CPU. I'm just gonna do 8 cores here. Go scan for cats. And what it does is you mine for them, all right? You actually use your CPU, you guess at hashes, and you wait for a cat to come up. And so here I actually found a cat, and all I have to do is claim it. It's essentially free. I mined for it. The only monetary cost is paying the gas fees on the Ethereum network to do that. And so you can do this multiple times until you find, cats that you like. So in order to actually use it, I didn't see a way to claim the cats through the UI, so you have to do it manually on Etherscan. So essentially you have to go to Etherscan here and find the Mooncat contract. You can see it's pretty busy right now. So go to the contract, okay, then go to, let's see here, write contract, and then it's a 2-step process. Essentially, you rescue the cat, okay? You have to go copy the seed that you found here, connect with MetaMask, okay, rescue it. And then once that transaction is finished, you actually have to give the cat to yourself. So you take that cat ID, paste in the same address you claimed with, click write, and yeah, that's how you get the cat. So basically, it's free to get the cats. I technically am front running this opportunity, but I'm not trying to sell you my cats. So why do I personally think this project has long-term value potential? Because I know lots of people are sitting around scratching their heads, trying to think of how are NFTs valuable in the first place? Can I just right-click, save this artwork? The actual NFT doesn't have any value. Why would people ever pay money for this? So I get that. I felt a lot of the same things when I was first looking at NFTs, scratching my head, trying to wonder why people pay money for this stuff. But there's a really strong psychology behind collectibles and artwork and how it's valued. And a lot of this is transferring over to NFTs. I don't want to get too far off into the weeds on that whole sort of philosophical aesthetic conversation. What I really want to talk about is how would you then assume that that's true, assume that there is actually something valuable about these NFTs. How would you value individual NFT projects relative to one another? Because that's one thing a lot of people think. There's going to be so much garbage out there in the NFT market that maybe like 98, 99% of the projects will be worthless, but a really small fraction could actually have value. So why would I personally place a bet on this one that it could have more long-term value than it is right now? So there are lots of different things to think about, when you're valuing NFTs, but I'll walk you through my thought process for this particular project. So the very first thing that's essential for this is the scarcity. So if you go to the more info, you can read about the cats here. Okay. So there's a finite number of cats available. All right. So you can actually see it here on the page. So only 25,600 moon cats can ever be added. That's critical. The fact that once we reach that limit, no more cats can be added. That's where the idea of digital scarcity comes into play, because that means there's a finite number inside this entire collection. Now, this is a bigger number than CryptoPunks. Okay. So I think CryptoPunks is only 10,000 punks. So you could stand to reason that maybe this collection is worth half as much as CryptoPunks, maybe less, because CryptoPunks is more original than this particular project. But those are just some rough sort of ballpark ways to think about this. So another reason this project is kind of similar to CryptoPunks is it's an OG project. Like, this was launched in 2017, just after CryptoPunks. I mean, they even talk about, CryptoPunks here in their description, but you can verify that. Okay. So you actually go to Etherscan, look at the contract itself, look at the deployment date, and see that it was created on August 9th, 2017. So that's another reason it can be valuable, because this was an early project. It's verifiable that it has historical significance. A lot like CryptoPunks, while it's not necessarily the first, it's still a really early project. I think one big reason that it can be valuable is because people are just remembering that this thing exists, and that makes it hot to go back and find, a gem that was kind of unearthed, and it's hard to claim it through the website. You have to kind of get your hands dirty and actually be able to go mine these things yourself and claim them on Etherscan. But that's another thing that can add value. So one really unique thing to this project, though, that I think can give it a value compared to CryptoPunks is it's a fair launch. So essentially, all you have to do is get these cats for free. You just have to mine them. Now, of course, it's kind of expensive to pay the gas fees on layer 1 Ethereum right now, but you're not buying them directly from an issuer. You're mining them. And everybody has a fair shot at this. As long as you can go to the website and run the scripts, you can claim the cats as soon as you find them. So fair launch has been huge for other projects, especially in the DeFi space. Like, we saw the Wi-Fi token take off like crazy because it was an early fair launch project. We see the same type of thing with liquidity mining. As long as people are there kind of to be the first people to do it, they can be massively rewarded. So the same is true for this project, and that really knits together a community of people who are sort of the first to join these fair launches. And that can really help give these projects value over the long term. So some other factors that make this, potentially valuable, let's just think about it. I mean, it's the aesthetics, okay? So it's pixel art, a lot like punks were. So that makes it kind of cool. Also, it's cats. I mean, they're cute. People love cats, and it's a desirable aesthetic to collect, okay? The other thing is naming. So you can actually give these names, give these cats names, but they can only be named once. So there's scarcity with that. So you can give it a unique name. So if you name something really clever, then maybe that particular cat would sell for a high price, okay? You have some control over that. But also, if you leave your name blank, then that could be valuable to somebody who actually wants to buy the cat unnamed and give it whatever name that they want for their collection. And again, so yeah, you're not buying these. The project here receives no ether whenever they get the moon cat, but this is really funny to look at. So the historical significance of this. However, you do need to pay a gas fee on Ethereum network to rescue the moon cat. This is typically costs around 50 cents, give or take a few cents. So that was definitely what's going on in 2017. Nowadays, it's going to cost you about $100 to claim one of these and actually transfer it to your wallet. All right, so that's an overview of how I'm evaluating this particular project. Again, this could go straight to zero. Every moon cat that I just bought could be totally worthless. And it's not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go spend all your money on these things. But the bigger picture is, like, how do you actually go through and evaluate an NFT project that you might want to place a speculative bet on? And keyword speculative bet. That's exactly how I'm thinking about this. If I lose all this money, it's not a big deal. Say the moon cat project isn't actually worth that much compared to like a CryptoPunk or something like that. It's not a big deal. But if it does, then that bet will really pay off. And that's my thought process for how I look at it. So I hope you like this video. As always, smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If you like these videos, you're as fascinated with this technology as I am, then how can you get started today? You go to my YouTube homepage, finding my free courses there. They're like Udemy courses, but they're totally free. If you like those, you want to take the next step, or hey, maybe you'll take a master shortcut entirely. Actually, become a blockchain master step-by-step, start to finish, over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp, all right? You don't have to be an expert to get started today. I've helped people with zero programming background become real-world blockchain developers in a matter of months, all right? So that's all I've got. And until next time, thanks for watching Dapp University.